A very good evening to everyone. So, today we'll be discussing how we built a password strength analyzer tool using AI. So, first of all, we actually trained a model using Python and Jupyter Notebook, the sklearn model, uh, from a given data set that was mentioned in the problem statement itself, the rocky.txt file, which contains over 15 million passwords or so, and trained a model in order to actually quantify the strength of the password, and we plan to improve on that with a password recommendation system as well in the future for the final project itself. And we also plan on implementing the Grover's algorithm on that model so that there is better cryptography and a much better security for the project.
All, we started with the rocky.txt file, which was recommended in the problem statement itself. So we used Panda to classify the rocky.txt file into separate columns. So here you can see an example of the first few passwords present in the file. Next, since the rocky.txt file is not classified with the strong, weak, or moderate passwords, we used a simple line of code here which checks for the length of the password as well as the special characters and the letters present, which will return a weak, moderate, or strong value as 0, 1, or 2. So we can see a bit of a sample here, and we can see there are about 70,000 strong passwords in the data set. So next, coming to the model training itself, we use the sklearn model. So what? So we use vectorization of the .txt file here, which vectorizes each letter into the model so that the model can be trained, right? And here we have an example code after the trained model, which tests for a password here. So this is considered to be a strong password here. So if we run this code, we can see this returns the value 2. But let's say we write a much simpler password, 12345 6. It will return the value as 0. And if we write a more complex password, it will return the value as 1. So this is how we trained our model. Next, printing the actual confusion matrix for this model using matplotlib, the matplot library. So we can see our model has achieved a pretty high amount of accuracy using fine tuning techniques. And we'll be moving on to the next part.
Now, as we have discussed our last step in analyzing strength using machine learning, now let's discuss how we use Grover's algorithm in our password security analysis. Grover's analysis is basically a quantum search algorithm that allows speeds up the brute force attacks in classical computing. Like in classical computing, it takes n by 2 averages to crack a password. When in Grover, we can crack a password in square root of n times. So in our system, once we analyze the password strength using a machine learning model, we can apply Grover's algorithm to estimate how many quantum iterations it would take to it. If the number of iterations is too low, we can suggest a hard password. Like this is the circuit of a Grover's algorithm, and it talks about the how we plot an histogram, and we apply different type of gates and find a unordered set in each data set. In our project, if we apply a Grover's algorithm, so if I have passed the same three passwords that we have checked the strength in our last step, for that password, this password, we have get the strength of 1. For this, we got 0 and for 1. If we apply a Grover's algorithm in that password and run that code, we get that the Grover's algorithm needs 9 iteration to crack the first password, and that is also weak. For second password, it takes 4 iterations. And for the third password, third Grover algorithm needs 12 iterations. The password is quantum secure. So we can use that password as a quantum. And in the end, we can just export this whole project as an API and apply it on our sign-in page. And we can use the strong password.